7 o'clock. It is 8:15. Boy, where you been? You late. I already got work done. Like, done. Well, okay, halfway done. I got it torn down, broken down, ready to go. And it's break time now. If I go get the kids up, I'm sure they're probably already awake. We'll get the kids up, we're gonna eat breakfast, and then we'll pick this back up around nap time. Wouldn't it be nice to know what we're doing today? Check this out. Oh man. Now look at the difference. Stock on this side, Alpharex on this side. Big difference. So here you got your daytime running lights here. You got one in there, one in there. You got your stock, well, it's gonna use the stock bulb here. And you got your projectors. This is what I'm talking about, the projectors. Yes. I've opened both boxes. And I noticed in this box, there's a separate wiring harness, and I looked it up, and this is for your daytime running lights. The issue that I'm having is that there are no instructions in either one of these boxes. Alpharex, seriously, how am I supposed to do this with no instructions? Now I know they say it's plug and play, but when you see an extra wiring harness, yeah, that's not plug and play. That's not plug and play. I did go online to see if there was anything on Alpharex's website, and they have step-by-step color instructions on their website. There's also a video at the beginning, at the top of the page, there's a video on how to install the headlights. So one of the first things the guy did on the video is he installed this wiring harness. Now looking at this wiring harness, he said that there was a yellow wire, and this one doesn't have a yellow wire. He also says that you have to get the gray wire and tap into a fuse in a fuse box to get daytime running lights. And I was like, that was the main point of me buying these, was for the daytime running light, go around the edge, that was the point. But they didn't include anything to tap in to the fuse. Like all they gave you was a gray wire. And I'm like, how are you? So what I'm gonna do is just install it without the daytime running lights, which kind of sucks because that was the point of getting this. And I was gonna come back and I was gonna run to the store and get a tap in, fuse a tap in, and then install it after the fact. But the problem is if you install this, it has to plug into this white wire at the bottom. This red wire here is supposed to plug into this white wire here, which is at the bottom of the light. But if you already have it installed, how are you supposed to even get to it? Yeah. It just seems like if they, first of all, they would have added instructions to tell you all this stuff beforehand. And then they would have told you, you know, up front, you have to buy a tap in for this so you can tap into a fuse. Like it would have been nice to know that before. Anyway, like I said, we're just gonna install this without the daytime running light, and we'll come back and do it some other time. All right, so there are a few things you had to carry over from your stock light to your new housing. One was your signal light bulb socket. You just take off your old one, plug it into your new one, make clockwise, plug it in, and then you take your socket, female side, and you plug it in, make sure it snaps. Here you have your marker light. All right, this is my old one. I did have an LED in there, but don't need that anymore. You take the bulb out carefully. And then here you have your marker light plug. You plug this switch into the plug as if you would an actual bulb. And you get a sticker out. That's another good thing they did. They put these stickers over the holes, make sure no dust gets in there. Right, you do that and then you tuck it back in and turn it clockwise. There you go. This black one that comes from the Alpharex goes into your old signal light. It's like a go-between. It goes into your old signal light plug. Make sure it clicks. Then this one will control your high beams and low beams. It goes here at the bottom. Plug it in, make sure it clicks. And then the last one was your marker light here. Goes right here at the top. Also plug it in and make sure it clicks. There we go. As y'all see, I'm trying to keep the plastic on as long as humanly possible because I don't want to scratch it up. That already looks way better than the stock light, y'all. All right, so from there, let's just go ahead and take the plastic off. Now that looks so good. Let's put the 2 screws at the top first so that it doesn't fall. All right, we got those just kind of sitting in there. I want to make sure I say this. Make sure you line up. There's a little tab here that you need to line up back here. There's also one back here. Make sure you line up. There's a hole here. It goes this way. Make sure you line it up. Just a bit of an update. I'm having some issues. First of all, it would have been nice, like I said, it would have been nice if they included that wire to run your daytime running light. I don't know if that means that they won't work or what, because on the instructions on the website, it says that it's actually optional. I don't know what that means. Like, how does it mean it's not gonna work or what? Anyway, I'm over that. So what I'm gonna do is mock up the other side as well and put the grill back on. This side, I just have the 2 bolts on the top holding the light, and then I have the bolt on the side holding the frame and the light. Another thing, real quick. First thing I did was put these 2 bolts right here back in to hold the light so that it doesn't fall out. And then I put this bolt in before I put the brace back on. So tip, put the brace back on first. Excuse the wind. Put the brace back on first before you put this bolt back in. All right, so as I was saying, for me to put the daytime running light wire tap-in fuse on, the wire is behind here on the back on the bottom. So I have to take the light back out to do that. And the wire goes from up here in the fuse box down here. One part goes down here to this light. The other part is supposed to run all the way across to this side, to this light. So I'm gonna have to take both lights out to put to run the daytime running light wire anyway. So there's no point in me putting all this stuff back on, bolting everything up, tighten everything up, and then have to take it all off again. I don't want to do that. I also don't want to just have everything just sitting around like here and not be able to drive the truck. So yeah, like I said, I hate leaving things incomplete. Another thing is this came with halogen bulbs. Y'all know I don't like halogen bulbs. I just can't do it. So for me to put LEDs in here, I'm gonna have to take this light back out again anyway, because it's not like the H11 bulbs that I had before. You can go behind the wheel well, reach up, plug it in. You know, you just basically turn, take it out, turn, put it back in. It's easy. You know, with these, it's not like that. These came with H11 bulbs. I'm sorry, these came with H7 bulbs. H7 bulbs are different. Matter of fact, let me show you. Let me show you on the new one. All right, this is the driver's side, and let me show you what. These are sealed super tight. But this is the inside, this is the back of an H7 bulb. So H7 bulbs have these little prong holder clamps that hold the bulb in. So you put it in, and this is the only thing that holds it in are those clamps. So imagine trying to reach up behind a wheel well, put a bulb in, clamp it down, and then putting this back on, this brace back on. I can't, that's not gonna happen. So it behooves me to do everything in one shot. Daytime running light wire, LED bulbs. So you have to run to the store. I have to run to the store, get a tap-in fuse. I had some LEDs on the way, just to put it out there. I did have some LEDs on the way. So I have to wait for those before I actually finish all this up. So like I say, for now, I'm just gonna mock it up, and hopefully we get that stuff in and we can finish this project. I hate leaving stuff unfinished, but to be continued. It is, I don't know what time it is, but it's dark. I got the lights mocked up, and I'm gonna show you what they look like. Startup sequence. Nice. Whew. Gotta love that. Alpharex on point. Show you what those halogens look like. All right, so this is the halogen beam pattern. As I said, the passenger side is the only one that's on for whatever reason. I'm not sure, but it's not that bad in the video. But when you look at the actual light, that's what you see. And it's not hard to tell, but so your daytime running light is LED, and your actual low beam is actually halogen. So it's a different color. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but it is definitely a different color, and I don't like it. It has to be LED. Gotta get LEDs. See, that side's not even on. Let's try out the high beams real quick. Okay, so both high beams are on. Yep, that high beam's on now. And yeah. All right, not too bad. Could be better though. So we got our LEDs in the male, and they are actually wrapped in a waterproof wrapping, which is cool. So they're wrapped twice. So very well protected because they're wrapped up twice. And this is our LED. Auxito. These are H7 bulbs. Got your product manual. You have some zip ties. That's cool, you have zip ties. And here are our LEDs. And so let's start by taking out the old one. This one you just twist and pull. The silver clamps here are what holds the bulbs in. So first thing you do is unplug it. And you unplug it. Then you take your finger, and slide down on the clamp, pull it to the side, gently. Same thing on the other side. That comes up like this. And then you pull your bulb out. This is your stock halogen bulbs. Now kind of take note to how it came out. You can put it in the same way. This one has this little notch here that was facing this way. Right, I almost messed that up myself. But yeah, always take note of how you take stuff out so that you can put it back in the same way. So once again, never touch the glass of the bulb or this area here. Always kind of touch the base. And if you have gloves, wear gloves. So here we have our Auxito LED bulb. And we're gonna do it the same way, this notch here. You can see that, yep, that notch there is gonna be facing this way. Now this one has a fan to keep it cool on the outside. It has your ballast. The thing we need to do is to make sure that all this can fit inside of the light housing. So, it's in there seated. Make sure you get your clamps all the way down at the bottom against the base. It's hard to see, I know, but make sure you get your clamps all the way down. So you take note of your plug here. You have I don't know if you can see it or not. You have a positive and a negative side. So your positive is your white. The white with black stripe is your negative. So make sure you plug it in correctly. So after you got it plugged in, take your ballast all the way in like so. And there's plenty of room in there to get everything in there. Then you put your cap back on. So just a tip, and I want to tell you so that you don't struggle like I did. This one, the low beam, is a little harder to get off. If you look here, it's weather sealed. It has this weather stripping around the edge, which is good, like it's very good, but it's hard to get off. So to get it off, you're gonna have to turn it, give it a slight turn, and then you have to pry it off with your finger. If it doesn't move, turn it a little bit more, and then pry it off with your fingernails. Right, it has arrows in here to tell you, but it doesn't really tell you how far to turn or where to turn or anything. There's no indications on the outside. So give it a slight turn, and then try to pull it off. And make sure your weather stripping stays in place. I went to Napa, and got a fuse tap. It's ATM fuse holder. So I didn't know, first of all, shout out to Alpharex. Big shout out to Alpharex. I did contact them, and you know, a lot of times you contact these companies and say, call us if you need help, and they don't get back to you for like hours or days at a time. Alpharex responded to me within like an hour, you know, which I really appreciate that. That's cool. Good customer service. And it helped me out with recommendations for LED bulbs, what size to get, stuff like that. They really helped me out. And it was by email. They emailed me back really quickly. So one of the things, so I got the fuse tap from Napa Auto Parts, and it says they have instructions online. It says tap into fuse 97. There are no marks on the truck at all that says which spot is which, but there's a picture here that they did put on their website, Alpharex, so that you can figure out which one is which. All right, the key here is to just put it back in the way you took it out. This is the picture that they have to tell you which fuse to get. I don't know why I'm pointing at it like it's not a big arrow pointing at it. But here you have a green one, and you have a red one up top. You have the 3 on the side. If you look here, right there, you have the same thing. This is fuse 97 right here. So as you see, you gotta put things back in the way you take them out. The 10 is upside down, so that's how we're gonna remember. The 10 has to be upside down when you put it back in. I pulled our fuse, and I read that the one you pulled should be on the bottom, and there should be a lesser one at the top. So that's why I have 7.5 at the top, and I have a 10 at the bottom, which is the one I took out. From my understanding, he said that the hot side should be on the left side. I'm not sure how you tell the difference, but since it came out this way, so I'm gonna put it back in this way. So the gray wire is the one that's supposed to plug into the fuse, tap fuse. Notice that, like I said, I'm not an electrician, but smaller wire going into bigger wire, pretty sure that's an issue somewhere, but that's what they gave us, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in like that. All right, that's nice and tight. Good connection, cool. Now we have our wiring harness. So you have red, these are gonna go to our headlights, and this is gonna go to negative black, positive red, respectively. All right, so to make sure you know exactly what I did, I don't wanna just be doing this and you not knowing. I ran the short end of the wire to the passenger side, because the shortest distance, and the long one, I ran both pieces up under here. There we go. I ran both pieces up under, and then short wires over here, short sides over here, and splits off. The long wire goes across. It'll go across here and back down. It's right here now, but I'm gonna run it back down, and then, so you can plug it in the back. Trying to make it as clean as possible. You know, I don't want wires just hanging all over the place. Makes it look really junky. Now for the ballast part, there's another fuse here and there's another ballast. I kind of just tucked it in there for now. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it, but I might just zip tie it to this bolt here or something. I'm not sure. I don't want it to just be hanging either, so we'll clean it up later. So now it's time to plug everything back in. Now, before we bolt anything down, first thing we're gonna do is test it out to make sure everything's working. So I'm just gonna unlock the truck. Man, nice. Both sides are on. Nice. Go ahead and turn our low beams on to make sure that that's working too. Look good, look good. Both sides on, nice. Let's do the high beams. Nice. Everything's on. Everything's working nicely. All right. Alpharex. I like what I see. I'm loving it. Loving it. Done. Now you can't really tell on the camera, but the LED bulbs match the daytime running lights a lot better than the stock halogens that came in it. These match it almost perfectly. I'm gonna show you the beam pattern. All right, this is our LED beam pattern. And as you can see, it has the cutoff line. And it's super bright white and crisp, a lot brighter than the stock halogen H7 bulbs that came with these Alpharex lights. So shout outs to Auxito. These are amazing, they're perfect, they're super bright. And like I said, they match the daytime running lights very well. This is our view at nighttime. These are the low beams, and here are the high beams. Those are the high beams. So it lights up the entire road. As I mentioned before, these are H7 Auxito LED bulbs. Now the H7s are the same for the low beams, they're the same for the high beams. They're the same exact bulb, but different applications. So the low beams once again, and here are the high beams. Lights up the entire road for a long way ahead. I started editing the video and realized I never actually did an actual ending to this video. I kind of just left it hanging. So real quick, before we get out of here, first of all, I apologize for the video being long, but I wanted it to be as thorough as humanly possible. So real quick, let's go over what we did. And so this is the Alpharex Pro Series in matte black. It has the daytime running light LED on the outside, which is my favorite part. So they also come in gloss black. Check out their website. And a big shout out to Alpharex, especially their customer support team. They are awesome, they are quick. Like they handle you any issue you have. Reach out to them, email, phone, whatever the case may be. And they'll even stay on the phone with you and walk you through whatever issue you might have. So big shout outs to Alpharex, amazing product. I love these lights. Not playing, I'm serious. I love these lights. It's probably the best, my favorite mod that I put on this truck so far. Moving right along, we did the Auxito LEDs, low beams, high beams. They are H7s. Shout out to Auxito. If you need any LEDs for your vehicle, headlights, fog lights, any type of LED lights, check out Auxito.com. And remember, you get 15% off with the code, me and car keys. Don't forget that, put it in the checkout. So once again, thank you for watching. If you made it this far in the video, you stuck with me through this entire video. I know it was long. I appreciate it. Please subscribe. You might as well subscribe. You were here the entire time. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.